Hey, what's up everyone? Here's my review for Captain America, the First Avenger. Of course, the last big Marvel movie until next year's huge one, the Avengers, where everybody gets together and beats the shit out of each other. But before we talk about that movie, we have to talk about the first Avenger, Captain America. And let's talk about the story of this film. Now, the story of this is, of course, it starts off with an origin story of Captain America himself, with Steve Rogers. Before he was Captain America, he was just Steve Rogers. He's a regular guy, very small, very puny looking, kind of pathetic looking, but he had a huge heart. He really did, and very courageous because he really wanted to join the army because he thought, everybody else is joining the army. I really want to do what they're doing, fight for my country. I love my country. I want to do what I'm supposed to do. And he really tries to enlist, and he gets rejected and rejected and rejected. Of course, one day, though, he doesn't get rejected because he becomes Captain America, of course. And he joins this experiment where he becomes Captain America, the super soldier experiment. He gets injected with stuff. There's a bunch of flashes and stuff, and he comes out of this tube, and well, not tube, this canister thing, and he's buff, big, badass, and right when that happens, stuff goes down, and he has to go pretty much save the world from this guy named Red Skull, who is the main villain of pretty much the whole Captain America series. And that's really the story. I love the origin story of this. I love that they tie some things together with all the other films, like Iron Man 2. There's a big plot piece here with Howard Stark, Tony Stark's father, which I love that they did. They tie a whole bunch of stuff together, and I love that. I really did. It makes it seem like it's not going to be rushed and just like, oh, just make the movies. They don't need to be tied in together. They did a great job with that. Everything after the origin story and all those little bits and pieces here is pretty generic superhero 101 stuff, like just superhero after villain. But I did like that origin so much. I'm going to give the story an 8.5 out of 10. Let's talk about the acting. Now let's talk about the acting of Captain America, the First Avenger. Of course, Captain America is played wonderfully by Chris Evans. I gotta say, he is a great choice for this character. He does a great job of Steve Rogers when he is just a puny guy, and he does a great job as Captain America. He's great with all those stunts, all the action scenes, unless it's not actually him in there. Maybe it was a stunt double, I don't know. But all the scenes where he's running and stuff, he does good with that, and just some of the dialogue, he does great with. He really does. He's great in this movie. Haley Atwell, which I don't really know. I've seen her in a couple movies. I saw her in The Duchess, that stupid Keira Knightley movie. She was good in that. She's great. She's great in this. As pretty much the love interest. She plays Peggy Carter, and she's the agent that's pretty much watching over Steve Rogers, making sure stuff happens good when he's getting buff and Captain America-ish. And she's great in this film. I really liked her in this. She's hot too, so that's good. Tommy Lee Jones is in here. He cracks jokes. He's hilarious as the rough and gruff military leader. Who else? Of course, Hugo Weaving as Red Skull. He does a great job. He's very menacing. Yeah, I actually really liked him as a villain. He was good. I would love to see Hugo Weaving as maybe a good guy once, but he still does a great job as a villain. Who else? Dominic Cooper, who plays Howard Stark, Tony Stark's father. I really liked him in this film. He did a great job. He's definitely a Stark, I'd say. He definitely plays Howard Stark's father. I mean, Tony Stark's father. Who else is in this film? See, I should have came prepared. Everybody else was great in this film, I'll just say there. Of course, you have Samuel L. Jackson, who comes in as Nick Fury for like 10 seconds. That's not surprising. Everybody else did great. I thought the acting was really good overall. I'm going to give the acting a 9 out of 10. Really liked it. Let's talk about the special effects and the action for the film. Of course, we have to talk about that because it is a big budget Marvel superhero film, and we have to talk about it because that's really what a superhero film is. Action and special effects. Special effects, let's talk about that first. Special effects in this film were fantastic, definitely. This year has proven once again that everything will come according to plan when you have a huge fucking budget. And this one, actually, I think has the least amount of the budgets of all the big superhero films that came out this year. I would say this is actually the best out of all the superhero films that came out this year. I really love the way this looks. Definitely with the Steve Rogers when he's skinny and stuff, where they shrunk down Chris Evans. That looked amazing. Everything else, all the action scenes look really good. The special effects were fantastic in this film. Not the best of the year, but definitely great. There's no weaknesses at all. Now the action, on the other hand, just like Thor, kind of suffered because there's not that much action. The thing that replaces the action to me is just some of the relationships, really, and some of the characters, really. The action is fantastic in this movie. Don't get me wrong. When there is action, it's great. Definitely when Captain America runs in, beating Nazis over the head with his shield, throwing it. There's some really cool 3D shots in this film. I did see it in 3D. Thought it was a really good 3D for a conversion. I really like the action. I did think, just like Thor, the characters outweighed the action, and kind of like X-Men, really, too. But I still thought the action was great, and the special effects were amazing, and the 3D definitely helped with both of that, action and special effects. I'm going to give both of them, the action and the 3D, I mean, the action and the special effects and the 3D, a 9.5 out of 10. Let's talk about the entertainment now. The entertainment, I was thoroughly entertained with Captain America. Never bored at all. Never thought it was like dragging or thought the dialogue was bad. Thought the dialogue was really good. All the characters were great. The relationships between all the characters. Oh, I forgot one character, Bucky, the guy that plays Bucky in this film, who was Captain America's sidekick, really. See, I knew I forgot someone. He did great, too. That was Sebastian Stan. That was another relationship that was great with Captain America, Steve Rogers, and him, Bucky. They're like friends and stuff. They did a great job together. Definitely when Peggy Carter, the girl that played her, and Captain America were together, they had a great spark. Really liked that. And just overall, the movie was just entertaining as all hell. I love this film. It definitely lived up to what I thought it was going to be. Green Lantern didn't, but that wasn't Marvel, so anyway, there you go. There's my review for Captain America, the first Avenger. I'm really losing track. I'm going to give the entertainment a 9 out of 10. No, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. And an overall score, if you combine all the scores I've given throughout the thing, it's I'm going to do it right here. It's a 36.5, the same score I gave Thor. I do like this a wee bit better than Thor, but Thor was a great movie. Marvel, you are kicking ass, dude. You're doing great, okay? I don't think I've seen a bad film from you guys since Ghost Rider. Good job. Anyway, there you go. That was Marvel, right? Yeah, okay. Anyway, there you go. There's my review for Captain America. Definitely see it. See it in 3D too, because it's not bad. Anyway, there you go. Thank you and goodbye.